Muted.
Hi there, I'm Mark Sebastian, founder of OptionPit.com, and this is the AM Volatility Report. A reminder, this is for educational purposes only. None of this should be considered investment advice. Consult your financial professional as options have risk. Well, here we are. You have the Dow up again. You have the NASDAQ up again, the RUT, the S&P. Everything's up. VIX is down. VIX-MO is down. I would note that while they're relatively flat, there is some continued softness in VIX futures. Look at UVXY. It's lower than its low from yesterday. VXXs, now they're off their absolute lows, but the market as a whole is up today. Where's their softness? Well, let's look at some of the sectors here. You can see many of the individual sectors are actually down slightly. You got materials down a touch, energy down a touch. Some of the major sectors are down as a whole, but because the top end is a little heavy, the S&P is still up, and kind of all the major indexes are up ever so slightly. I would note that VVIX continues to be stiff. It continues to be above 90, despite the fact that VIX is 1270, which is a little surprising. But that's the way things have been the last few days. There's still some fear, and VIX is the way to hedge, in a market where things are rallying. When the market is in the middle of a strong rally, it can be cheaper to hedge with VIX than it can be with S&P. Looking at VIX, we continue to see some just funky price action. Downside, still really well bid. The VIX future is 13, and the 12s are still dime bid. There is some, like just an underlying bid for those puts, even though some of the downside volatility is finally starting to come in. Then if we look at our few of the other kind of areas, the Jan future is still stiff, the Fed future is still stiff, although the Jan future appears to be coming off some volatility. Seems to be, that part of the curve seems to have normalized, and quite frankly, January has about 33 days at only 2.5 points. Sounds about right, given a 12.6 VIX. So, I think the curve is pretty normal. The only thing that isn't is this volatility number, which appears to still be high. And I would still note that the spread between VIX and VIX-MO is a little wide, which is unusual, to say the least. Market a little soft today, so it'll be interesting to see whether we're able to kind of sustain a rally. We should know in the next few minutes. Things have tended to shake themselves out by about 9:15 Central, 10:15 Eastern Time. The cues appear to be softening a little bit, but Apple is up a lot more, Amazon. So we'll see where tech goes. That summit was allegedly pretty good, but time will tell whether it ends up that way. All right, folks. Looking around for kind of individual trade ideas. The fun trade continues to be, what's going to happen to Macy's and Shield and some of these names that just appear to be just in free fall. Sears Holding in particular is a name that we'll see where it is, and after the holidays it could be could have some real problems. But those European banks are doing great, so might, for our trade idea, be doing something around banking. I love mid caps as opposed to the big caps. That's kind of my feel, but we'll see. All right, folks, if you have questions, you can email me, mark@optionpit.com, or you can call me 888-TRADE-01. Have a good one.